Hi, my name is Christopher Starr. I'm the Venture Director at Kho Capital and the founder and CEO of Space Belly Cloud Kitchen. As we know, the world is in panic because of the pandemic. The coronavirus is leaving behind permanent changes in how we deal with our daily lives and posing new challenges on how to do business. Today, I'll be sharing with you 5 tips to help you do marketing during a crisis like COVID-19. The first one that I would recommend is for businesses to go on a survival mode. During a survival mode, the recommendation is to save rather than to spend. What this essentially means is that as we expect the economic downturn to happen from potentially a recession or even as bad as a depression, we want to reserve or conserve our resources and instead use our marketing budget for other matters. I have a local example that I would like to share with you guys. And this is a global initiative of Coca-Cola, but in Coca-Cola Philippines, they've also implemented wherein Coca-Cola suspended product ads to fund the COVID-19 response. And this is across helping their employees and also victims and also other relief efforts. This is obviously not something that all companies can do, but I don't recommend spending your ad budget at this time, especially if you're greatly affected and you're currently shut down. Next is we need to kill boredom of your customers. As we know, our consumers are spending a lot of their times at home, and much of their time is consumed by using social media and other digital platforms like streaming applications. And during these times, people are bored as days go by with routine of the same old things over and over again. And one way to kill boredom is obviously to create and consume content online. And one local example that I think is successful at this is by a politician from the city mayor of Manila. Isko Moreno has 1.7 million followers now on TikTok. He knows that customers are spending time on social media, and he immediately jumped onto that and started his very own TikTok account. Here, he doesn't only create videos to follow any challenges or trendy videos, but instead uses this platform to educate his constituents on what to do during a lockdown. Next is your customers are obviously not shopping anytime soon, so might as well use this time to build customer relationships by staying in touch. And here's a local example of Angkas on their Twitter account saying that maybe this year should just be canceled. And this is obviously nothing to do with you downloading their app. It has nothing to do with making you buy or try their service. And instead, it just really keeps in touch with you with what's happening to the world. And it's a brilliant marketing strategy. Next is use this time to spread good vibes. Wouldn't you remember banks that waived late fees during the crisis, for example? And a good example of that is a local bank here where they announced that CIMB Bank customers who test positive for COVID-19 will receive financial assistance of 10,000 pesos to help with their needs. This is a good example of how to make use of your marketing budget and move it to your CSR, or in this case, to help your customers that might be affected by COVID-19. And lastly is to lock down a content strategy that engages with your consumers. Your consumers at this point is consuming thousands of content daily. And during those micro moments, those are opportunities for you to create and start conversations. Here's a good example of a local company that done a brilliant job in engaging their customers. So, Ligo Sardines, with 44,000 shares, over 59,000 engagement, simply stated, our products are made with easy open lids for your convenience, no special powers needed. And this is obviously in reference to the President's request for special power to resolve the public health emergency. And this is a brilliant way for you to reach your customers. And what I recommend for you is that during these times, it's an opportunity for you to obsess more about your customers and look at it for new consumer habits that will be formed during the lockdown. I wish you well, and I hope that after this COVID-19 lockdown, your businesses will be back on its feet and you'll be doing all fine. Thank you for your wonderful questions. I'm very excited to answer them. The first question is, would I recommend to move your marketing budget towards CSR efforts? During these trying times, it's important for us to help each other. More importantly, it's important for you to help your community survive these trying times because this is also critical for your business survival. So definitely I recommend to reallocate some of your marketing budget towards CSR efforts, and most importantly, ensure to provide some relief efforts for your own employees. The second question is, what are my thoughts on political content, or should you stay neutral? Definitely there are businesses such as Ligo Sardines that were able to get away with a very politically driven content. However, this is not the case for most businesses. I don't recommend this to generalize everyone that you can get away with this. However, there are businesses that may be able to creatively engage their consumers with such topics. But in general, I would recommend to stay away from very polarizing content or topics such as gender, race, religion, and politics. And lastly, what have we done to help flatten the curve as a business? Now, I currently manage 3 different businesses, 2 of which are in the events business, and one is a cloud kitchen. Now, our cloud kitchen continues to operate during the lockdown. However, the 2 other businesses we have had to halt operations temporarily. Now, before the lockdown happened, we've immediately implemented work from home and alternative scheduling. And we've also released a business continuity plan that details our standard operational procedure, not only observing social distancing in the office, but also contingency plans should a lockdown happen and after the lockdown is over. So these are just some of the ways that we've implemented and educated our team to ensure that we help flatten the curve. I hope my answers are of great help to you, and I look forward to talking to you again next time.